Why not? Today is day 22. Add fabric to a tag or journal pages. What have we made so far we can add fabric to? Let me go get some stuff together. I'm going to look through some things we've already done and see if there's something I can add fabric to. If not, we'll make something up real quick. Okay, here's what I've pulled out so far. So if you guys are playing along, gather your stuff and I'll show you what I've gathered so you get an idea. I went through the projects we've already done and I pulled out our journal that we did the other day because I think I can add fabric in here somewhere and it'd be real pretty. I pulled out this master board. We did a set of 3. This is one of them. I might add fabric to that, not sure. I pulled out a little stack of starter tags that I keep behind me that are not over here where I use the current ones. And I'm going to go through there and see if there's something I want to add fabric to. I also pulled out these that we did the other day where we cut out the hearts from the tag and then backed our tags with something else. I might could add fabric to that and make one cute. And I also pulled out fabric from my fabric tote and a little bit of lace trims, and I might use some of this in here. And the other thing I pulled out is some baggies that I've got in another little tote that is pre-cut fabric flowers. And I made some flowers, you know, round ones and just different shapes and types of flowers. So I pulled that out because I might incorporate that in. I may have to go back and pull more fabric once I open this and see how I want to do it. I may need something different. I'm going to decide on what I'm going to do first, what I'm going to use, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, I decided to pick this one first, and I'm going to go through and just add a fabric in a couple little places. And I'm not sure about the tags. I may add something onto one of the tags. I pulled out a few more fabrics. They're over here. And I've already cut a few little pieces. This one here, this one, and this one. And then a white piece. It's really not white, it's a muslin, but it's a little bit pale. It's not completely white though. And I'm going to lay them on the page here. You know what, we're going to cut this curvy thing off. Okay, I want the threaded edge, all these threads over here, and I'm going to lay this kind of on top, off center just a little bit, like that. And I'm going to glue that down. I'm just going to use regular Aleene's tacky glue. Okay, I'm going to stick this in here just in case the glue wants to seep through, but I don't think it will. And then I'm going to take this one and glue it on. I'm going to put kind of right there in the center, maybe just down just a shade, just a little bit. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to take this, and you could sew this on your page. I'm going to take this piece here that I pulled out. I'm going to stamp a word. I don't know if I want to use brown or black, so I'm going to test out both and see which one I like the best. Okay, there's a little bit of difference. I think I actually like the brown for this case. So just cut out the brown, and it's not cut evenly. That's fine. I didn't want it even. I'm going to put a little glue down and glue that right here. And I can come back later after the glue's nice and dry and I can run my machine back and forth if I want to. Some of this paper in here is really fine, so I would be really careful with fine paper. We'll save this for another project. I'll put it over there. Just go over there. Okay, so now let's see if we want to do any more pages. I don't want to do every page, I'm just going to do a few. Okay, so let's see what else we might want to do. I kind of want to do one that's back here. Maybe we'll do this one, just something on here. Okay, for this one, I'm just going to take this strip here and this strip here and lay them on top of each other. Okay, and then I have this ribbon sitting here that I really like. I'm going to throw that in the middle too. Why not? It's going to take a few minutes to dry, and I'm not going to tack it down on the ends. I'm going to let these flop loose. I'm not going to cut them off. I think that's really cute. So let me let this dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is on and it's dry. And I'm going to put another stamp on a little piece of the muslin that I have. And we're using the brown Stays On. It's called Timber Brown, I think. And the word we're using this time is hope. And I'm just going to stick that down here somewhere. Okay. So we have this. Kind of wish I'd put this in the front now, but I actually like it on this plain paper. So I could go through the whole book and just add little bits and pieces, but I'm just going to give you the concept. You've got the concept now. Take something you've already made, or if you're playing along and you've made a little journal, put some fabric in your journal. Let's see about putting fabric on one of these tags. I will see what I want to do and I'll get back to you. Okay, so here are the tags that came out of the book. And I've got this strip here that looks really cute. And I'm going to stick a little strip of this on this tag. It has a little bit of a yellowish cast to it. If I can get the right area on there, we'll go this direction. And I'm just going to glue a strip down right here. I'm scrunching it up a little bit as I put it down so that it has a little bit of a bumpy effect. And then just trimming this off the bottom. Okay, so that one's done. And for this one, I'm going to take this piece of fabric here and do the same thing except go across the center. I thought I would take it to my sewing machine and stitch this on though, so let me do that and I'll come right back and show you what it looks like. Okay, this one's done. Just zigzag back and forth. It's not a zigzag stitch, it's just forward, back on my machine. So I'm going to stick these back in here and you can see the little fabric a little bit, which is really cute. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do to this book. So let me set up the next one and I'll show you what I'm going to do on that one. Okay, for this next one, I went through these tags here and I picked one that had already been cut out and a backing put on. And I took a strip of fabric and just tore it. It's a really long strip, probably about 18-20 inches long. And I'm going to roll it around the tag, just back and forth, until I get to the end, and then I'm going to pull my tails together and I'm going to tie a knot. Okay, then I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to put a little dab of glue so that it holds and doesn't slide off the tag. So we need a little string up here now. So I went ahead and put the ribbon on off camera. So I just chose one that kind of spoke to me, kind of brought the colors out in here, and we're done with the tag. So that's really cute. Okay, for the next one, I took one of those tags that already had the heart cut out, and you see it's got a backing. This is a book paper with a napkin put on top, and it's backed against the tag that I'd cut the heart out of. And I took one of the hearts that had already been, that had been cut out of the center of another tag, and I put it on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring some of this fabric through, and let's see, maybe right there. You need a pokey tool or something you can poke a hole through. Don't hurt your finger, go slow, or use a self-healing mat to poke your holes. But I want the hole big enough for the fabric to be able to slide through. And I'm going to put one over here too. I'm going to put 2 holes. See? Slowly so I don't jab myself. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to run my fabric through one side. Maybe I'll poke it through with the awl and get that pulled through. And then I'm going to poke the other side through. I'm going to do it with my pencil. Okay. Just going to bring it around the front. Tie a knot. I don't want a bow, I just want a knot. And this fabric is double-sided. It's a woven fabric, so it looks the same on both sides, which makes it easier for me to not have to worry about how the knot's tied. And then I'm going to just trim it the length I want it. Okay, and then I have a ribbon here that I'm going to use for the top part. Just run it through the hole. Okay, so we've added fabric to this tag. That's really cute. Okay, so I'm going to do one more thing and then we're going to think about maybe this one, but I'm going to do one out of this pile here. Okay, for this one, I'm going to use this tag. It is just a tag that I took some green paint that I had left over on my brush, and instead of just smearing it, I just did a leaf, and a stem. It's not very neat. It's rather rough looking. It's not finished, but it's there, so we're going to use it. And I took 3 little flowers. These are fabric flowers that I had punched out that I showed you in the baggies there. And I layered 3 together that I liked, and I took a brad from my little brad box, and I'm going to stick the brad in the center of the flower. And then we're going to put a hole in our little tag here and add our little flower, probably right there. Put a little hole to make it easy for this to go through. And then open the brad on the back, and later on I can cover the brad on the back. Okay, so that's on. So now we have a little flower already pre-made. Just have to do more to this to make it look more like I would want it to look. And what I might do is just take my black pen, wherever that is. Let me find my black pen. And I just might follow the leaves around. I found it finally. I might just follow the leaves around in a scribbly, scratchy kind of motion. I'm trying to out-talk the guys on the phone downstairs. It's kind of hard. Okay, and I just added some scribbles. This adds a little more interest to it, but it does need something else. I don't know what it needs, but this isn't finished, so we'll leave it at that. And one day we'll add something else to it. Maybe add some white dots in here. Let's do white dots. Let's just do it. Let's just try. Or maybe some white lines, like that. Or I could write. I like that. But anyway, later we'll come back and we'll do more to this. I don't know when. Maybe it'll never get finished. It may just be one of those things that just lays around in your art room. Okay, I'm going to put a little ribbon up here, and then we'll do one more. Okay, I just took a piece of this trim and I just attached it at the top. And the ends are fraying, and they might unfray and unravel all the way down. I don't care. I think it'll make it look cute. So I'm going to stick this off in the pile and get back to the next one. I pulled out one of those tags in the pile that we were working out of. I like this one. And I've already added the ribbon. I added a brown ribbon. And I showed you in the beginning when I was showing you the flowers in the baggies, this one was already pre-made or partially made, and I liked it. And I thought, oh, I'll just pull it back out and use it. And I just stuck it down on this tag, and I liked the way it looks. So I'm just going to glue this down kind of in the center. Okay, and that's one more done. Okay, I did decide to go ahead and do this one. I found this little trim that I liked in my box, and I'm going to put that on here. And then, I don't know which side, and then I'm going to glue this little piece that I've got left over here. And I was thinking about putting this one on too, just for fun. I think I'll put it on this side. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it off camera because they're so loud downstairs. I'm just going to be gluing down these 3 strips, and I'm going to kind of layer them a little bit overlapping. Okay, so I've glued the fabric and the trims, and then I went in my flower box and I pulled out 3 flowers and I grouped those together, and then I put a little circle of ecru lace in the center. And then, you know how when you have fabrics together, all these little strings wind up clumped together, and so I pulled out a clump of those strings, and I'm going to glue that in the center. Just for fun. Okay, so when that finishes drying, you won't see all the glue, and it's very pale, and I wanted it pale because I didn't want it to stand out a lot. So that one's done. Let me gather everything together we've done, then we'll close out the video. Okay, so the first thing we did was took our journal and we put some fabric on one of our pages, and we did it on another page back here. And then we took some fabric and put it on our tags that we keep inside the bag, which I think is really pretty. I like being able to see the fabric. I love the texture of fabric, so I really love the look of that. And then we took some fabric and we wrapped it around one of these tags that we'd cut a heart out of in another video. You've seen that. And just tied a knot, and we tacked it back here with a little bit of glue so it wouldn't slide off. And then we took another tag that had the heart cut out, and we added one of the hearts that actually came out of one of the tags. It doesn't go with this one, it goes with another one. And we stuck some fabric through and tied a knot in the front on that one. On this one we added some fabric flowers, and it's an unfinished tag, but it'll be cute when it's done, whatever we do to it. Who knows when that'll be. And on this one we just added a pre-made little flower circle. And then on this one we added the fabric here and the little flower down here and the little trim at the bottom. Okay, so that was our prompt, add fabric to a tag or journal page, and we kind of did all of that. All right, so I'll see you on day 23. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.